Zach, Ohio State and Alabama are playing for the national championship coming up on Monday. Two really strong teams, and I'm sure it's going to be one really good game.
So OSU looked really good against Clemson, Tanner, but the circumstances were just too good. Ohio State came into the game after losing a close one last year to Clemson, and I think that really fueled them this season to get back to the playoff. And then Dabo Swinney had been saying for weeks that they don't deserve to be in, even ranking them as low as 11th in his poll for the coaches poll. So are we really shocked OSU won that game, and by that much? Alabama's offense is on a different level from Clemson, though. I mean, the Heisman winner and then a Heisman finalist, and they have two more first-round picks in Najee Harris and Jalen Waddle coming back. Their offensive line is better than Clemson. Now, that's not saying that Mac Jones and Najee Harris are better than Travis Etienne and Trevor Lawrence. That's just not a true statement. But I think Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle are arguably two of the best wide receivers in the country. This year, specifically, I mean, Jamar Chase is great, but didn't play this year, so can't really put him in the discussion.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Alabama's offense is just better. Is Steve Sarkisian a better play caller than Tony Elliott? Maybe. I mean, he's gonna get it parlayed him into that Texas job, which he's gonna get. Alabama's just rolling this year offensively. I just don't see Ohio State keeping up. Crimson Tide win 49-35.
Yeah, Zach. I mean, and both teams have looked strong throughout the season. And like you said, I mean, Alabama's offense, I mean, has just been insane this year. I mean, the only close game that they have been in was the SEC championship against Florida. I mean, and by the end, the Tide still put up 52 points to win that game. So by the end, they may have made it a lot closer than I think they were expecting. But 52 points is 52 points. You're not gonna deny that. So
you're not wrong about that.
And on the flip side for Ohio State, I think a lot of that you talk about that fuel, that energy, coming from last year's game against Clemson. I also just think a lot of doubt. They had circumstances that they could not control in terms of the COVID protocols and what had happened. But I think people were doubting them when they the Big Ten changed rules to put them in. And then they had that good win, or at least especially good, the second half against Northwestern. I think that a lot of people were doubting them, and I think that essentially fueled them to prove, hey, if they could have played a full season, do I think they go undefeated? We don't know. But they definitely, I will say this, they impressed me. They proved that they did deserve to be in those type of big games with that win against Clemson. So, again, I was impressed with how they played, and I give prop. Justin Fields was on a different level in that game, and he really stepped it up. So, and I think, as we know, and a lot of people going into this game, if Ohio State wants any chance against Bama, the big thing for them is they're going to have to do a lot of scoring to keep it close. I mean, this is truly one. They talk about this all the time in all sports, that one play can make the difference, at least especially on the defensive end. That could be this game. But still, I mean, they're going to have to do a good job of scoring, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I mean, I've got Alabama winning. I got 42-28, but I do think that it's going to be a great game to watch. And again, it takes 2-3 plays to completely change the direction of this game.
Yeah, and I don't want to say Ohio State's devoid of talent, because I mean, they came out and just blew out a very good Clemson team who had just blown out a very good Notre Dame team. So let's not act like Ohio State's some cupcake team. They're not the Citadel.
Exactly.
Alabama's so good. I mean, they especially offensively. They're no slouch defensively, but offense is their calling card right now, which is really weird to say because Nick Saban is arguably one of the best defensive minds to ever grace the sidelines of college football. But you just look at it. I mean, they got a quarterback who is great at putting the ball where it needs to be in Mac Jones. They have two of the three best receivers in the country. They have one of the best running backs in the country. Their O-line is great. And, I mean, they have arguably 4 first-round picks. I think Mac Jones probably goes to the end of the first round, but between Mac Jones and Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle and Najee Harris, they have 4 players that are legitimate first-round pick options. And then, who knows? Yeah, it's just they just have a great mind of Steve Sarkisian, who calls the plays well. Great play caller. I mean, yeah, he was at Alabama, left to go call games in Atlanta for the Falcons. Being the Falcons offensive coordinator didn't work. Went right back to Alabama and picked up where he left off from the first time. Just great play caller. And he's going to be gone this year, but man, does Alabama know how to put the ball in the end zone?
And Zach, as you said, and that's the important thing to know for both the Alabama defense and the just Ohio State in general. Alabama's defense is still really good, but I mean, when you think Alabama this year, you're gonna think of that insane offense that could put up. I mean, they could put up whatever number they choose to. And then, as you said, with Ohio State, that's just, again, I think their disadvantage is just going into this game, they will have played 7 games. And I think that was just, again, even if they play just 2 or 3 more games, they could definitely make a stronger case for why they are one of the top teams. I think they have at this point, but those extra games do matter. And I think that, again, that ultimately fueled them. Again, it should be really exciting. These are 2 really good teams that have so many different stars on different ends of the field. But I think both you and I can agree that we expect nothing less than just a spectacular game. Well, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for similar content. And also, let's get a discussion going in the comments. We love to hear and debate with your opinions as well. And you can also check out the full episodes on all of the major podcasting sites. So once again, with Zach, I'm Tanner, and this has been Beyond the Stats.